as attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
I'm sorry?
Because all of the things that I have spoken about consistently from the very beginning have been fundamentally based on science.
In that case, will you accept then, to clear the air once and for all, that you were part of a cover-up and that you did break the law?
If you are trying to, get at me as a public health official and a scientist, you're really attacking not only Dr. Anthony Fauci, you're attacking science. Science and the truth are being attacked.
My God, we got him.
Well, it looks like Elon Musk woke up and chose anger and chose to not have any F's left to give, as he's gone directly after Dr. Anthony Fauci with some very specific claims, some very specific gripes, ones that a lot of us share, ones that a lot of us question exactly why this guy is so loved. I tend to try and look for the good in people. I tend to try and look for, and not ascribe malice where, incompetence could be best described as, the answer for something. But ultimately, I've learned to really question whether or not Anthony Fauci was really doing the best thing. That's just my opinion, obviously. I'm not a doctor or scientist or, any of these things. I'm just kind of your everyday, regular, person. And, seeing the way that, for example, like the endless lockdowns, things of that nature, affected just our youth. Like right now I see kids outside, playing outside or whatever, 20 feet away from each other, still wearing masks. I wonder, was that something, that we wanted? Is that really, what we want? And he basically went right after their Lord and Savior, Dr. Fauci, tweeting out the branch Covidians are upset because he, in my opinion, fairly said, you see this Richie Torres guy said, Elon wants to criminalize Anthony Fauci because he disagrees with him. Elon is no champion of free speech. By the way, if you enjoy this video, I'm trying to catch Tim Pool. So if you haven't yet subscribed, we could catch him today if you're watching this video and you click that red subscribe button down below. Because my pronouns are prosecute/Fauci. To which Viva Frey quote tweets that and says, pretty sure Elon wants to criminalize Fauci because he lied under oath, engaged in potential gain of function stuff, jeopardized the entire planet, and arguably contributed to the non-survival of hundreds of thousands of people. But nice straw man. To which Elon Musk replies, correct. He had several kind of bombshells to throw at. And by the way, as on a personal note, if you think that guy is a good guy, all I'm going to show you is this picture. These are beagles who having their face eaten off by sandflies right now, as a part of his research, his company's research. Now, some have said he wasn't directly involved or whatever the case may be, but yeah, I don't care about this man. Those dogs also had their vocal cords removed so that the researchers didn't have to hear them cry out. So yeah, I don't like Anthony Fauci. I don't like really any part of what he's a part of. I don't like, this man is not a good man in my opinion. This man isn't trying to just do what's best for society. A man what's trying to do best for society doesn't sell prayer candles with his face on it or bobbleheads or doesn't merchandise his fame. A man who's just trying to do good for society doesn't worry first about profiting from it and writing books and all this kind of stuff. The Hill writes, Musk calls to prosecute Fauci, drawing swift backlash. Lawmakers and other officials jumped to Fauci's defense. Shocking. I'm a big fan of Dr. Fauci and how he calmly guided our country through crisis. Did he? He was flying by the seat of his pants. He didn't know what he was doing. Lockdown, don't lock down. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Wear 2 masks, not enough. Wear 3 masks. Buy an N95, don't buy an N95. Buy this mask. What part of that was him calmly guiding, like throwing a dart at the dartboard and then telling, hundreds of millions of Americans that that's what they have to do? That wasn't, I mean, he may have been calm doing it, but he didn't guide anything. We basically just brute forced our way through it. Eventually, people just stopped caring about it. People who got the poke got it. People that didn't, and life went on. None of that had to do with Fauci leading us. Could you just leave a good man alone in your seemingly endless quest for attention? Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar. Don't really care. Seems like a loser to me. Representative Dean Phillips says, it's America. You can select any pronouns you dang well please, but Anthony Fauci has saved more human lives than any living person in the world. What? That's just that's verifiably incorrect. It seems like the people that actually developed pokes for deadly diseases like of smallpox or what about the polio vaccine or things of this nature. What? How do you even quantify that? He's a national hero who will be remembered for generations to come. No, he won't. No one will ever remember that guy's name in 5 years. Mark my words. Now, I guess, I think part of what he does is he does like to stir the pot. But then look at this article that just came out. Elon Musk is a far-right activist. Really? Based on what? A single tweet. And what is that tweet? My pronouns are prosecute Fauci. He lied under oath, didn't he? Pretty sure he lied under oath. So then The Atlantic literally calls him far-right for this. In 5 words, Musk manages to mock transgender and non-binary people. Oh, not a joke. Signal his disdain for public health officials. No, just one. And send a flare-up to the far-right S-posters and trolls. This tweet is a cruel and senseless play on pronouns that also invokes the right's fury towards Anthony Fauci. By the way, this tweet got 1.1 million likes, which is quite a few. Okay. And also, I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of small businesses that had their businesses destroyed that don't care for him. I'm sure that there are lots of people in the planet who, had to sit outside the funeral home and weren't allowed to mourn their family's passings, whose elderly family members had to pass away alone because they weren't allowed to be in the room with them. This is him, okay? None of that has to do with anything who is far right. My family members aren't conservative, and I'm pretty sure none of them liked sitting out in their cars and having to zoom in to a funeral, all right? Or go to drive-through church services, or to not be able to. One of my best friends was battling cancer for over Christmas, and nobody could go see him, and he because of the person that went in with him or whatever that checked him in, they were the only person that was ever allowed to go in there. For months, he sat alone in that hospital, having major surgeries, not knowing if he's going to survive it. But the hospital wouldn't let anyone see him. I'm pretty sure, if he passed away, you'd have about 500 people pretty dang pissed off about that, right? So I don't think any of that has anything to do with far right. I used to think that Fauci was this guy that was just trying to do his best and navigate in a time when we didn't have all the information. And maybe that's still true. I sure hope it is, because the alternative is actually super sad. It's super sad. I don't think that, I really hope, remember when you blatantly lied about the laptop? A lot of these people, yeah. John Brennan, right? Yeah. It's sick to me that people worship that man. and you know, look, by the way, it's not good to be worshiping Elon either, and he's made plenty of mistakes worth calling out. Okay, but I think Anthony Fauci is not above criticism. I think that there are questions to be answered. There are things that he did, perhaps, that maybe do deserve some level of prosecution. I'm not a lawyer, but certainly Elon Musk is allowed to feel that way. And it's funny when you see, like, Elon doesn't have any institutional power, so him saying that does not mean that he's going to get charged, or doesn't mean that, you know, any of that kind of stuff. He's just saying he has this opinion. And I think that now that the dust is settled, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered about the decisions that he made, the information that he had when he locked down families across this country. I mean, we still have mask mandates. I'm not even. What is the current science on that? I mean, it's absolutely insane. I hope you enjoyed this video, and it's Christmas time. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! All right. We got up to the 12th. So I think we have the 9th we already opened. That was a iron-on patch, if I'm right, or a keychain. The 10th, we get a little booklet. The various dragons of Skyrim. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, 10, 11, and 12. So here's 12, here's 11. Oh, this is neat. Is this, it sticks on the wall. So it's not, I'm not 100% sure what this is. Is it a pen holder? You have to let me know in chat. Like, you could throw pens in there, if that's what that is. And then 12. Oh, I like these. These are cool. Oh, there's 2 in here. You have Skyrim cooking recipes. Braided bread. And then hot spiced cider. All right. Okay. This Skyrim one's turned out to be pretty good. Merry Christmas.